Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're decoding a really fascinating approach to the real estate market, temporary seller financing. If you've ever been involved in selling a property, you know exactly how frustrating the whole process can be. You put your house on the market and bam, suddenly you're at the mercy of factors totally out of your control. Well, we're going to break down a source document today that outlines a highly structured, proven approach designed to basically bypass all those traditional headaches. Today, we're unpacking exactly how this alternative strategy actually works in the real world. So, facing challenges selling your home, yeah, it's a question that pretty much resonates with everyone who's ever owned property. You're dealing with unpredictable timelines, that constant anxiety of potential lowball offers, and just this maze of complex, traditional market hurdles that can leave you totally exhausted. Honestly, the waiting game alone is enough to cause serious stress. You just want to move on to your next chapter, but your capital is tied up in a property that's just sitting there. But what if we could eliminate that waiting game entirely? Well, the source material we're analyzing today introduces a core solution for this: temporary seller finance expertise. Now, according to the document, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's a proven approach explicitly developed to address every single challenge that homeowners face in the standard market. By leveraging deep expertise in seller financing, this method completely flips the traditional script. Instead of waiting around for a bank to approve a buyer, the seller actually takes on a structured temporary financing role. And that single pivot, it fundamentally changes the dynamics of the entire sale. The source document structures its solution around four key pillars. Let's start with pillar one, the 45-day timeline. Okay, let's dive right into this because when we talk about the frustrations of selling, time is literally the biggest pain point, right? Days on the market can easily stretch into weeks or even months. So let's look at this incredibly specific number, 45. The source explicitly claims that their specialized knowledge gets properties sold in 45 days or less. I mean, that is a bold statement. We're not just talking about underwriting here. The entire process from listing to sold happens within this tight 45-day window. So how exactly is that 45-day sprint achieved? It basically comes down to three mechanisms. First, it relies on a hyper-streamlined, expert-managed process. Second, it taps directly into a network of pre-qualified, highly motivated buyers. So instead of waiting for some random buyer to stumble upon a listing, it attracts serious buyers immediately. And lastly, it locks in the timeline using proven closing strategies refined over years of practice. There's no guessing here, just execution. Moving right along, we hit pillar two, maximum property value. Now, speed is fantastic, absolutely, but not if it means taking a massive haircut on your price. A fast sale is usually associated with a distressed sale or, accepting a lower offer just to get it over with. But the document states that this industry expertise enables them to secure 100% of the asking price. For a seller who's used to building in a negotiation buffer, fully expecting buyers to chip away at the price, securing the full 100% while selling fast sounds kind of impossible. But here's the logic behind how they actually pull it off. The secret engine behind getting that full asking price comes down to expanding your buyer pool. Traditional offers kind of box you in. They limit you to people who can get traditional bank financing right this very second. But creative, compliant financing solutions, they instantly expand that pool. You're now attracting people who are highly qualified and super motivated, but maybe they just don't fit the rigid box of a traditional mortgage lender today. And it's simple math. More buyers mean more demand, and demand drives full price offers. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how it works. It's not just about opening the floodgates to more buyers. It's about the structure. Buyers are often willing to pay a premium for the opportunity and the flexibility of a creative financing solution. When you pair that with professional negotiation guidance and strategic positioning, securing maximum value isn't just a hope anymore. It becomes the planned outcome. You're essentially creating an environment where the deal is crafted specifically to hit that top number. Which brings us to pillar three, specialized industry knowledge. Now, you might be sitting there asking, okay, if this is so great, why doesn't everyone do it? Or more importantly, is it even safe? And that is a totally fair question. Venturing outside the traditional box definitely requires specialized knowledge to protect the seller. Because the source has had years of dedicated focus strictly on seller financing, they bring unmatched expertise to the table. We are talking about a comprehensive understanding of regulatory requirements, advanced structuring techniques that the average real estate agent wouldn't even touch, and rigorous risk mitigation. It's this level of authority that keeps the seller completely safe while maximizing their return. Now, what's really interesting here is this cornerstone of safety: Dodd-Frank compliance. In the world of alternative financing, the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act is a massive, massive federal hurdle. Honestly, try navigating that alone and you could step right into a legal minefield. The source highlights their strict adherence to these regulations to ensure every single creative structure is 100% compliant and legally sound. It is an absolutely crucial piece of legal safety for the everyday homeowner.
And that leads us perfectly into our final pillar. Pillar 4, complete professional support.
So what does this actually feel like for you, the seller? Well, you aren't just left to figure it out alone. It begins with strategy development, figuring out the exact right structure for your specific property. Then comes professional documentation to bulletproof the paperwork, taking that huge burden completely off your shoulders. Add in ongoing support throughout the entire life of the temporary financing period, all culminating in a smooth closing. It literally transforms a potentially complex ordeal into a guided timeline of relief and expert execution at every single stage. So the crucial point is this one foundational claim from the text: our temporary seller finance expertise delivers results. It really summarizes everything we've looked at today. By stepping outside the limitations of traditional real estate sales and leveraging expert, compliant seller financing structures, homeowners can solve the trifecta of pain points: time, money, and market frustration all at once. It's a cohesive, proven system designed entirely around delivering that final successful result for the seller.
Which leaves us with this final, pretty provocative thought. Based on the data and the structured approach we've just decoded, it really challenges the standard narrative of how real estate has to be handled. Ready to rethink how you sell your property? When speed, maximum value, and complete professional protection are actually available through alternative strategies, it for sure makes you look at the traditional market in a whole new light. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the standard ways of doing things.